everyone, welcome to an all-new episode of The Loud Casa Talks. My name is Nate, and alongside is my good buddy Omid.
Hey, Loud Crown Kazakur, how y'all doing?
And we also do have our returning guest, YaHomieJD. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, so. What's good?
That's pretty good. So, first off, we always want to introduce ourselves with how your week has been. So, how your guys' week has been.
Go ahead, man.
My week's been okay, trying to stay productive, trying to stay busy. Of course, I've been binging the hell out of this new game called Persona 5 Strikers, so
Nice.
I'm having a fun time with that, so you know how it is.
Good stuff. How about you, JD?
Yeah, it's been a very long week.
Very long. Okay.
I just don't know where to go from here.
I hope your week gets better. I mean, the weekend's here, so I hope you're having a better time off, or time out to relax at all.
Yeah, that's what weekends are for, buddy. That's what weekends are for.
Yeah,
you guys know everything that's been going on lately.
We have, but we don't want to, bring it up here.
Yeah,
But but here's my thing. I actually did have some good news. I actually did get the COVID vaccine. I am one of the essential workers out there, but it took me a while to actually get it. Like, I had a letter that tells me that I could get it, but it took me a while because of all the appointments that were coming up. But thankfully, I was able to get one, and I'm pretty much COVID free part 1. Now I have to wait another month for part 2. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
Let's give a big congrats to Nate for COVID-19 vaccination.
I would say so. Yeah. Thank you for that. Actually, I'm gonna survive this.
Props
COVID.
for that.
Yeah. But I know everybody else out there is trying to wait for their COVID vaccine. I have to say, when your time comes, get it immediately and try to find an appointment as soon as possible, because it was tough for me to actually find an appointment. So, just a heads up there.
I cannot wait. I yearn for the day I get my COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, so if there's an appointment available, you know that I'm gonna make that appointment faster than Thanos' snap.
Oh man. Okay, so and then everything else is just pretty much me. I'm actually just continuing to binge watch, not binge watch, but more like binge play P5S. But I have a thing on Twitch where I'm on Twitch just currently waiting on a time where I can actually play it again. So yeah, there's that.
Hey, we're both playing the same game, so yay. I actually did watch your gameplay on Twitch, but then I had to stop in the middle because I didn't want to be spoiled.
You don't want to get spoiled. I think you're kind of in the part right now because I did start the next day and I have to go to Tay's medical stuff. I think you spoiled me because you put a tweet about it.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Well, the thing is, Twitter is going to be full of spoilers, okay? So
right.
That's
I
kind
think
of
they did something. I think they put something about Atlas saying like don't put spoilers for boss battles or something. All right. Anyways, without further ado, since we already introduced ourselves, let's actually go ahead and go. Let's go ahead and start with the recent news that have been popping up for the Loud House. And first thing I want to talk about is the vlog. The vlogs are actually back. You get to see Ronnie Ann and Lincoln talk about food all around Royal Woods and Great Lake City. But the other thing that was absolutely special was the fact that Clyde McBride actually guest starred in this vlog. So first things first, I want to ask you, Abid, how did you like the vlog?
Now, of course, I already laid out my thoughts on this vlog episode back when me and Nate were in the Casa Loud Chats episode with Sunny. By the way, major shout out to her. And also, please go sub to her right now. Like, literally right now. Thank you.
Spin.
Now, I really do like this vlog episode. And what I really loved about it the most is how we got to see an interaction between Clyde and Ronnie Ann. Because we have seen Ronnie Ann's two best friends, Sid and Lincoln, interact in such a friendly way. So, hey, why not have Lincoln's own two best friends do the same? Am I right? And just by watching the vlog episode, just by watching Clyde and Ronnie Ann sharing dialogue, you can really tell then that they really do get along with each other very well.
That's awesome. How about you, JD? Have you seen the vlog?
Yeah.
So how'd you like the vlog?
And obviously Clyde and the original T3 pairing was good. the best part of it.
That's
But I
pretty.
feel like this was an advertisement. It feels like it was an advertisement for the new comic.
Possibly,
Because
because we know that.
George, since that's gonna
Yeah,
have Clyde, Ronnie, and Lincoln as the main three.
it's true. Actually, having those guys as the main three. I think the thing that
Is
really
Nate
gets me.
okay?
No, I'm okay. What's up? Can you hear me?
Oh boy.
You're right, JD.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know
guys?
what happened.
Yeah, it feels like a comic advertisement.
Okay.
Like shameless promo.
Okay. I have to say though, for this vlog, it was really interesting to see because it was just mostly them just talking about food. But the thing is, like, Clyde McBride is in this one, and you know him; he's mostly a person who works on desserts and stuff. So it's good to actually have another guest star come in. I don't know. I think another thing I want to ask: with all the foods that they pretty much introduced, does it make you want to taste one of them or want to try out one of those food items that they brought out?
Well, okay, so honestly, for me, one of the foods I would definitely try. Honestly, my number one choice out of all of them would easily be Bruno's hot dog on the works. Like, oh my god, it's just one of those things where, honestly, if you don't try at least once in your life, then you'll ultimately pass away with regrets. Like, you feel like you haven't crossed off the bucket list at all. It's one of those bucket list food items you just have to try once. And Bruno's hot dog on the works, like, honestly, just every detail, every ingredient, every topping that is in the hot dog just screams 5-star. It screams gotta have it.
Nice. How about you, JD? Did you like any of the foods that were introduced in the vlog?
Honestly, they're just foods you can easily eat in real life, but with just cartoon flair. But with what Omid said about Bruno's hot dog, he's right. You eat that once, you're just in good taste. But if you never eat it, you missed out.
I gotta say the same thing too. I kind of like want to check out Bruno's hot dogs, considering the fact that the toppings turned out to be Sid Chang.
I just know I would not eat avocado on a hot dog.
It's interesting, an interesting taste that they have there with avocado on a hot dog, but I haven't tried that before.
Pizza still
Makes
reigns
me wanna have
supreme.
Okay, so lastly, I do want to talk to you because Clyde McBride is a guest star in this vlog. Is there a possible chance we're actually going to see more guest stars come into this vlogs for Ronnie and Lincoln?
Okay, now honestly, this vlog episode opens many doors and many possibilities for both Lincoln's and Ronnie Ann's friends to be in these vlog episodes. Now, I am willing to bet my own bank account and my savings, all of it, every single penny, that the next guest for this vlog series will definitely be Sid. I'm calling it. This vlog series
can't do this.
Be Sid Payne. Then it will be like a rotation. Like after Sid, have one of Lincoln's other friends be the guest for the next vlog episode, and then have Ronnie Ann's other friend be the new guest star, and etc. etc. Like, for example, okay, now, like, first have Sid Chang as a guest, then have Leanne as the next guest for the next vlog, then Casey, then Stella, then Laird, and so on and so forth. It helps, too, that each of the characters from both Lincoln and Ronnie Ann's respective groups are so distinct and so unique in terms of personality that they have potential to have each vlog episode stand out on their own thanks to each of the guests.
Man, I don't know if I want to bet my whole money on just having a guest come in.
I mean, you're bugging, bro. You're on some other type of shit. And technically, didn't Sid make a cameo in one of the vlogs last time I checked?
Well, she did, but I think it was just like a phone call or something, right?
That technically counts as though. Whether it be in person or through voice, that still counts. If it's a vlog,
I guess. I want to see. I want to see a physical. I want to see a physical like person though. Like we get to see the person in real life, and like the person in like at a real camera interview with Ronnie and Lincoln. I mean, a phone call technically will count as a guest appearance, but I don't know. How about you, JD? Do you expect more guests to come in for a vlog?
At this point, yeah. I'm also just expecting them to do a movie-themed vlog.
Okay. I'm kind of I look like the potential of vlogs coming in for the future. It just feels like there's gonna be more guests, but I feel like Clyde's was about to happen anyway. Considering that we get like videos, you get to see like those little Instagram videos or Facebook videos where Clyde McBride actually stars and talks about stuff. So that was about to happen. Now I'm kind of wondering if Sid will have one, or if like Liam will have one, or if any of the Loud sisters will actually have one, just like what Clyde had. If that happens, then I would mostly see them in a vlog coming up. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that recent news. So let's head over to our next recent news, which is the Nickelodeon upfront that's coming up. So they have just announced that their yearly upfront is on March 18th. It'll be here where they announce new projects for the upcoming year, which may include more information about the potential Loud House movie this year. Now, this is going to be a viewable upfront for everyone. So I want to ask you guys, will you be able to watch the Nick upfront?
It's something I will definitely be keeping an eye on. And even if I do have work that day, honestly, I'll just watch it during my lunch break. Like, I'll do it the same way that I've been watching Nintendo Direct, which is like avoiding spoilers throughout my shift and watching it during my lunch break, like going into it blind. Like, that's how I will try to watch it.
All right. I know, JD, it comes out on March 18th. Will you be able to watch that then as well?
And I'm free, basically.
You can be able to watch. Okay, go ahead.
Apparently, there's a rumor going around that they're going to show a trailer for the movie, that the release date is April 9th. I kind of believe that's real, but at the same time, not really.
I actually never heard of that, but if that happens, that would be really cool. Yeah, I mean, I will probably be at work by then, but I'll try to get a lunch break in as possible to watch the upfront and see how the upfront works. And like, if they're going to release a trailer, then obviously we'll get too hyped for that.
Hype is on.
So what else besides the Loud House movie trailer do you want to see at the upfront? Like anything exciting you want to see? Like new shows or something good from Nickelodeon that you want to see from the upfront?
Pretty sure Amina's going to agree with me on this, but
yes, I'm going to say right now.
One Avatar project.
Yes.
Yes. Like, honestly, I'm actually going to get into that. I was just about to get into that, my friend. Hey, Nate, mind if I have the floor for a sec?
Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Now, besides the Loud House movie trailer itself, an easy pick for me would be anything related to Avatar Studios. Of course, you all know that I am a huge Avatar fan, and I even consider it the best Nickelodeon show that I have ever seen personally. So, of course, hell yeah. I mean, like, it's sort of blasphemy. I know it's sort of blasphemy given, the kind of podcast I'm in, but that's just how I feel, so. So, of course, when I heard those two little words, Avatar and Studios, I was immediately reacting like the foamy mouth guy. I was that hyped. I was like, my God, it is by far the best thing that Paramount Plus has ever announced. And that alone makes subscribing to Paramount Plus 100% worth it. Now, I will admit, before this announcement, I was sort of debating on whether or not to get it. It was sort of around like right after I saw the Super Bowl commercial of Paramount Plus, because I felt like, they could have added more, and of course, them heavily promoting Camp Coral certainly did not help win me over at all. But then as more and more announcements came, I was becoming more and more interested, and I was actually curious to see how Paramount Plus would turn out. And you know what? I was actually willing to give it a shot. And then the announcement of Avatar Studios happened, and I was like, you have my curiosity, now you have my attention. Because here's the thing with Avatar. It's such an exotic, deep, and fantastical world filled with many characters and creatures. Therefore, the entire lore has so much great potential storytelling concepts, and it's such a lore that has potential for perfect expansion. And if you don't believe me, look at The Legend of Korra, look at the Kyoshi books, look at the Avatar comics. All of them have turned out to have such great storytelling. And
The Avatar comics are some of the greatest like continuation media ever.
Yes,
those
I agree
comics
with that,
are
my man.
so goddamn good, bro. Favorite story of them is actually The Rift.
It's actually The Search, where they go find Zuko's mother. That's actually my favorite one.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yes. Oh, and here's a little hot take. Get ready for this. Paramount Plus, with Avatar Studios alone, is strong enough to compete against Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. Boom.
Ooh, that's a tough take there.
That is a very hot take right there.
Because here's the thing. It's about quality, not quantity. We're talking about quality. We ain't talking about quantity.
I mean, Disney Plus does have WandaVision right now, and that's actually one of the best things ever.
That's true, honestly.
HBO Max has the Snyder Cut coming next month. And Netflix just has more projects in the works. So I kind of agree. I can say that Paramount Plus would be a strong contender, but definitely not better. Not
I would say
whatsoever.
You know, it's actually an interesting food for thought. Honestly, like Avatar Studios is Paramount Plus's big secret weapon. Disney Plus has their own big secret weapon. Well, actually, possibly two biggest secret weapons: Marvel Studios and Star Wars, Lucasfilm's shows. So honestly, that's actually going to be big competition.
Oh man, bro, I can't wait for the rest of the year when it comes to movies.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful year, right?
Spider-Man 3. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man, I can't wait for that too.
No Way Home is such a good title for it.
I'm as hyped as for WandaVision too, because I've been caught up with the show and it's absolutely amazing. It kind of sucks that it ends next week. So,
but hey, Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming up, and that's looking to be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that too.
Falcon Winter Soldier, baby, let's go.
Low key, that's gonna be fun.
The moment I saw the Super Bowl commercial for Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was like, yes, the strength is so high, let's go.
Yes.
Bro, Migos makes everything better. That's a fact.
For sure.
Oh, man. Yeah. The rest of this year looks interesting. I just hope it goes out the way they wanted to.
Now, I don't know if you want to put any take on the upfront of what you want to see, JD.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about a lot of things that they're promoting on it. The Rugrats revival looks pretty good. Could be a bit better. But, oh, man. I just hope they do that iCarly revival justice. Please.
Oh, my God.
Please let them get that right.
I'm with you on that, JD, because I mean, I grew up watching iCarly, and I love that show.
Same here, bro. I just hope they get that right.
I do. I hope so too, because I've been hearing things like, yeah, Sam will not be there. It's just going to be Carly, Freddie, and Spencer. But the story sounds pretty interesting. Where I think, like, I if I heard this correctly, Freddie has a stepsister, and she's also has a web show as well.
No, he has a stepdaughter.
Oh, stepdaughter, and she also has a web show, and I think they're like competing web shows or something like that. I don't know much of the synopsis, but I know that this is an interesting take on how iCarly would be, but let's see how it goes. And that Rugrats Survival does look great, CGI wise. And the other thing too is that they have even brought in the old voice actors as well. So it looks like to be something of an original for Rugrats, and I'm pretty. I want to trade for that because I also grew up with watching Rugrats as well.
Yeah, same here. Like Rugrats is the first cartoon I ever watched.
Rugrats is good. I like it. But
oh yeah. Okay, so
here's the one thing I don't like that they announced.
What's that?
The live action Fairly Odd Parents remake. I hate that.
Look, we already had a live action Fairly Odd Parents with Drake Bell.
I mean, I will die on the hill that those movies are actually quality.
Yeah,
I will die on that hill.
My other thing too is like, yeah, we had one good movie, the first one, and then like they continued to milk it with the Christmas one and the summer one, vacation one. Yeah, And I'm like, yeah, you guys are just putting too much money on live action films that really don't need to be focused
I
on.
will genuinely die on the hill that the first movie is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, I was interested in the first one, and I liked how Drake Bell portrayed Timmy Turner. But to continue on with 2 more movies, I was like, are we really going that route?
Okay, simply put, my take on the Fairly Odd Parents live action movie. I hated it before it was even released. I hated it during its release. I hated it during the time I was watching it, and I hated it after I finished it. There, end of story.
I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna drop this. Fairly Odd Parents was never good. Nope.
I think it was good after a couple of
I
seasons.
didn't even like the full show. I'm being honest. The specials were the only good part, and that is an honest fact. Channel Chasers is peak fiction.
I have to say though, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. I mean, that was
Jimmy
a collaboration
Timmy
with
Power
Jimmy.
Hour is peak fiction.
Yeah, true, but I really love the whole creativity of having Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents together. Like
At least
really,
the first two. The first 2 Jimmy Timmy Powers I really liked.
yeah, the third one was kind of not needed. My other thing too is like I grew up with the Fairly Odd Parents. I loved like Timmy Turner, Cosmo, and Wanda. And the thing is like what kind of dragged the show and which made me not like it anymore was the fact that they brought a baby in, they brought a puppy in, they brought another Fairly Odd Child, not a Fairly Odd Child, but another Godchild, and that pretty much says like, yeah, you're really milking it, and you're not even doing great on your quality. So sorry, Fairly Odd Parents.
Should have been Danny Phantom as a live action remake.
Oh, I really hope it was. That was a good show.
See, Danny Phantom has potential.
That it actually fits.
Yeah, I know.
It does fit. It's like how do you translate? Like how do you transition fairies from animation to live action? You don't do that. With Danny Phantom being a ghost, you can sort of do that.
The only way I see the Fairly Odd remake working is if they bring back Drake Bell and Daniela Monet. That's the only way I see that working.
If they actually add new actors, that would be pretty odd.
I
mean, like if you want to be legit, like have a 10-year-old who is like Timmy Turner, then maybe change that actor.
I made this crazy joke. Tom Holland as Timmy Turner.
That'd be a crazy idea.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm seeing a Tom Holland meme everywhere. Like Tom Holland as Timmy Turner, Tom Holland as the
Ben
next
10.
Harry Potter, the next. Okay.
The next Ben 10, the next Willy Wonka, blah 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 blah.
I wouldn't be surprised if like someone made a joke about, oh, there's going to be a live action remake of SpongeBob and had Tom Holland as SpongeBob SquarePants.
No. That would not work.
We already have it with Camp Coral. I mean, oh god. I mean, I can't really explain much about Camp Coral. We already know that it looks great animation wise, but we needed a prequel series like Camp Coral.
Looks bad.
It's just the idea of a prequel series. It doesn't really fit the continuation of like what SpongeBob was. Like Sandy came in from Texas, not a little squirrel in a camp. Yeah, they just kind of ruined. Yeah, it kind of ruined the first season overall. Like how everybody got introduced technically.
Like,
don't get me started on that.
They really wanted to expand upon. They really wanted to do Camp Coral right. You should have just expanded upon the third movie.
Exactly.
Because the third movie had it done right. Like, it had it focused on kid SpongeBob and little Gary. Even if the third movie kind of sucked otherwise.
I mean, I still haven't gotten to see it, so I'll have to check it out when it goes to Paramount Plus.
Yeah, same here. I haven't seen the third movie either.
I use the VPN.
I don't do that.
Me neither.
Anyways.
VPN's not for me.
Anyways.
Wait. Casa Grandes is coming to Paramount Plus.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's going to Paramount Plus. Well, then again, Loud House is too. So,
no, but no one picked up on it until now.
Well, I kind of thought it was gonna happen anyway because Paramount Plus is also affiliated with Nickelodeon, so I'd imagine a lot of Nickelodeon shows are gonna go to the Paramount Plus. So, yeah.
I kind of saw it more like it's like Loud and Casa would go to Netflix instead because movie hype.
I don't know how Nickelodeon and Netflix are doing right now because it just feels like they're switching shows because you get to see more of live action on Nickelodeon, and then you get to see the animated movies on you get to see the animated movies on Netflix. Same with the live action shows. but with the merger of Paramount Plus, what is the better service now, considering you have Netflix and Paramount Plus to deal with Nickelodeon shows? So that's something we can debate on later on here. But anyways, I do have one more thing to actually talk about. It is the new Nickelodeon game show called Tuned In. This is where pretty much contestants compete to answer Nicktoon's questions. Some of them include the Casa Grandes and the Loud House, which I wanted to bring up here. Have you guys actually watched Tuned In, and how did you like the game show?
For me personally, I've seen just a couple episodes here and there, but it's not really something that I would like constantly watch or religiously watch, honestly, because Tuned In, like it's more of a game show that's geared towards kids, because I feel that all the gimmicks and all of the special effects and even down to the easy questions, like I said, like that's more for them than it is for someone my age. So honestly, while I personally wouldn't watch it, all the time, it's something that's, okay, it's enjoyable for kids, let them have their fun. Honestly, like the only thing that would really get my interest is the questions based on my favorite Nickelodeon shows, such as Avatar, Loud House, and Casa Grandes.
Mm-hmm. How about you, JD?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes. Not really my taste.
Yeah, I can understand that it's like really appealing to kids. It's just really interesting that whenever I see a Tuned In show, they really focus more on like TMNT, SpongeBob, Loud House, and Casa Grandes. They're not really referencing back to like the old Nicktoons, like Hey Arnold or like Breadwinners or Sanjay and Craig.
Breadwinners suck.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that one question that I found out was that they actually did have a Welcome to the Wayne question. And I'm like, oh, you guys still remember that Nicktoon? That had a lot of potential, but you canceled it right there.
I haven't heard that name in years.
I know. But they brought it in for Tuned In. I'm like, good, but there was so much potential with that show. Why did you not continue on with this show? I don't know. They had so much with it.
Because the thing is, I think it's because they caved into the accusation that somehow Welcome to the Wayne is a quote-unquote rip-off of Gravity Falls.
It's not.
I mean, in that stretch of time between the end of Gravity Falls and the beginning of Welcome to the Wayne, you could see similarities of it. It's just that people were jumping the gun too quickly.
Exactly. I mean, like, yeah, there's so much potential. I mean, like, I understand, like, the era of the Nicktoons where they kind of got suckish. Like, when Harvey Beaks was a pretty good Nicktoon, but then you get to see Nicktoons like Robot and Monster, Pink Goat, Banana Cricket. Mighty B was that.
TBT.
Yeah, that too. Mighty B was also a really good cartoon, but that lasted only for 2 seasons.
Oh, wow. Somebody else remembers it.
I love it. I mean, it was a great Nicktoon. Plus, like, it was made by Amy Poehler, so you would expect like.
Bottom is a clown, and I love her.
I know. I mean, I really do love that Nicktoon. It's just the sucks that, I mean, like, it was animated well. It will look really funny. It just sucks that it went on the decline as well. Plus, just because the sicko was in it too.
I just asked for one Kappa Mikey reference. That's all I asked for.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Please, for the life of me.
All right. I cannot be the only one. I can't be the only one here who remembers Cat Scratch. Like,
oh my god, they gotta put something Cat Scratch. Oh my god, they haven't.
It deserves so much better. It deserves so much better.
They haven't had a.
It was nice.
They haven't had like a question for Cat Scratch either. I'm like, oh my god, where have they been?
The theme song is fun.
Yeah, the theme song was great too. Oh my god, they have missing a lot of potential, but they've been mostly focusing on the recent ones like Loud House, SpongeBob, Casa Grandes.
The most disrespected Nick show is My Life as a Teenage Robot. Nothing comes close.
Right.
Rise of the TMNT does not even come close to My Life as a Teenage Robot.
I love My Life as a Teenage Robot. I really like that show.
Tell me how it went 3 seasons in 6 years, but no one knew what the hell was going on with it.
I don't know.
That was just confusing.
There was that movie for was it Teenage Robot that I really liked, and I think that's supposed to end this. That's supposed to end the series, I believe.
Oh, so like a Turtles Forever kind of scenario.
Yeah, I guess like something like that. Okay. Anyways, with all of that in mind, that's pretty much it for our recent news. So let's actually head over to our main topic, which is the good and bad of streaming media. All right, so streaming media is pretty much everywhere. Whether you are on your cell phone, computer, tablet, or even on your television screen, the option of a streaming media service is out there. But
And sooner or later, our brains, because Elon Musk.
I would imagine Elon Musk investing in another streaming service. Watch.
Elon Musk is the real life Tony Stark. He's going to implement chips in our brains. Just watch.
Oh boy. He already made an electric car. You may be doing something with our bodies soon.
He made a blocky truck. Cybertruck.
All right, but so we're currently in an age where this kind of media is now the norm. And knowing that the Loud House movies and even other shows are getting the exclusive streaming treatment, it's time for us to break it down if streaming media is actually good for entertainment. So the first thing I want to bring up here is the Loud House movie itself, because we've talked about it. It's now coming on Netflix. Let's start it off there. We all don't know the details. We all know the details about it now. It's a royal family going. I mean, a family going to Scotland, being royal.
The Valis from
As credit to Valis, credit to Valis for making this.
Looks good. Looks good.
It does.
Yeah, that's it. So it's going to debut on Netflix. It's not going to be in theaters. So
it used to be, though.
So when you heard about this, did you think it was a good move? We'll start off with OB. Do you think it was a good move to actually switch it to Netflix instead of putting it in theaters?
Honestly, I honestly thought it was, because keep in mind, we are in an era where streaming movies and shows, streaming services in general, they're becoming the new norm in terms of media consumption. And like I said, it's especially the case with movies. And especially when we are still in a pandemic, and even when some movie theaters are open now, people are still hesitant to even set one foot inside a movie theater due to the risk of getting COVID. Now, while I personally do think it's unfortunate that we won't get to see our big Loud House movie on the big screen, at least we know that a Loud House movie is still coming to us, and we can at least have the opportunity to see it for ourselves, even if it is on a smaller screen in our homes.
How about you, JD? How'd you like the move for Loud House movie to be on Netflix?
Truthfully, it makes more sense to move it there because, let's be real, the Nickelodeon would call this movie a financial failure if it went into theaters. I'm gonna be completely honest because, Loud House is known, but it's not like big levels of known. And if they were gonna release it, and since they were supposed to release it last year in the theaters, I feel like had they moved the release date around, it would have been overshadowed by movies like Black Widow and all that. Like Black Widow, Sonic the Hedgehog. So moving it to Netflix works because then it'll give more of a reason for people to watch it. So yeah, it was a good move on their part.
Yeah, I would agree on that too. My thing is that you're right. It could be a financial disaster considering that Loud House is not as popular of a level like SpongeBob SquarePants to actually have a theatrical release. So moving it on Netflix, I think, was a smart move. But I don't understand why people kind of complain about it not being in theaters and being on Netflix instead. What's the problem with that? Like, you could just spend a couple of bucks just to watch it, or spend your free trial watching it.
Exactly. And the thing is, be grateful that we're even getting the movie at all. Like, honestly, at least we're still getting it. It's just under different circumstances, under a different, they're just giving it to us in a different way. Like, instead of a theatrical release, we're getting it through a streaming service. I'm just here's the thing. As long as we get the movie, I honestly don't mind how we watch it.
Exactly. Like, okay, it's not in theaters. That's not a terrible thing. At least you don't have to pay for it with your own money. Although, then again, streaming services do need you to subscribe, so there's that. But, like, at least you can just stay in one place and watch it, not have to go all over looking for tickets and all that.
And the other thing too, I believe a ticket it costs more than Netflix monthly subscription, if I remember.
I think. I'm not really sure.
We'll see. We'll see about that. But anyways, let's move on here because like it's on Netflix. Yes, it's going to premiere there. So, what do you think the effects for the Loud House would be, being that the movie debuted on a streaming service like Netflix?
The what?
Sorry.
The effect of it?
So no, the effect for the Loud House itself, because the Loud House movie debuts on Netflix. What will the effect be for the Loud House itself, the TV show?
All right. If I could say my part on this, honestly, I think people are going to be talking about it. Now, not necessarily normies or those who don't watch cartoons, let alone Loud House, but rather those in the cartoon community, including reviewers and fans. Like, honestly, I can imagine reviews, podcasts, fan arts, and even fan fiction all being dedicated to this big movie. And let me tell you, it's going to be an exciting era of hype.
Okay. How about you, JD? I guess. Oh, go ahead.
I think it would expose people. I think it would expose people to it more. Like maybe the show would get new fans because of the movie. Because there are a lot of people who don't watch the show saying no, give the movie a shot to see if it's good or not. And maybe
go ahead.
It might work.
Okay.
Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Just depends on how good they do it.
My effect on the movie is that it'll get more fans to think about the Loud House. So, say for example, they watch the movie on Netflix, then they're going to be interested, like, oh, where's this Loud House concept come from? Oh, let's head over to Nickelodeon or Paramount Plus and watch a couple of episodes of Loud House. Then they'll understand like how great the show is when it debuted back in 2017. So get more it looks like they will get more fans. And the other thing too is like I would imagine a lot of hype for the movie after the movie premieres. Like they're going to have people drawing fan art about it, maybe, right? I mean, like putting up a lot of fan fiction, putting up a lot of like reviews. I would imagine YouTube piling up with reviews about the Loud House movie. So there's a lot at stake. I don't know if I don't want to consider it a lot at stake in this one, but the Loud House movie can actually give a lot of potential. And if it does well, and a lot of reviewers love it, and a lot of praise come out of that movie, then expect a lot of fans to be on the train for the Loud House. And who knows, it might get a second movie.
That's overshooting.
Well, I'm not putting my bet on it. I'm not betting on it.
Let's be real. The second movie would be a Casagrande's movie.
That's true. But then again, the Casagrandes are going to. Well, Roddy and Bobby are going to be in this movie, so.
You can easily just have the movie be a follow-up to what they do with this, which is the Royals.
Yeah, that'd be Royal Louds. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. So here's the thing too. I mean, it's going on Netflix. Do you think it would have been better if they put it on Paramount Plus or another streaming service instead?
Now, honestly, for me,
people are more likely to have Netflix.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Jade.
People are actually more likely to have Netflix than like Paramount Plus. So, moving it to Paramount Plus would have been a stupid move on their part because then nobody would really be seeing it except for the fans of the show. But now that you have it on Netflix, you have like multiple people watching it. So, parents looking for a family movie, kids who want to watch something based off their favorite show, fans. More people are likely to have Netflix for their favorite properties than they would Paramount Plus, which has 5 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Paramount Plus would be not a smart one.
I see. All right, Omid, what are you going to say about Paramount Plus?
Okay, now, while I do personally think that, well, since it is the Loud House, it would have been more suitable for Paramount Plus. However, I will definitely take Netflix too, and especially with what after JD said, Netflix at the end of the day is a more popular streaming service than Paramount Plus is. So having it stay on Netflix would honestly give the Loud House movie much more exposure to viewers and to the public. Now, for me personally, what's important is not where the movie will be shown, but rather the fact that we are even getting a movie in the first place.
Yeah, that's the basic fact there that we have a movie. My issue is just I think it'd be just best in Netflix because I think it's like you're expanding to a bigger audience compared to Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is just a brand new service, so if you're going to bring it over to Paramount Plus, you're not going to expect a lot of fans compared to what Netflix already has. And plus, the other thing too is that with a big audience like Netflix, they're gonna get more exposed to what the Lighthouse movie is going to be about. And like I said, they'll probably become fans of the Lighthouse and understand what the show is all about. So, I would say I think it's a good move to bring them to Netflix and then not go straight to Paramount Plus like what SpongeBob's doing right now. But then again, SpongeBob is a well-known property already.
True that.
Okay, so let's move on and actually talk about we talked about the Lighthouse movie and streaming services, but let's actually talk about streaming media in general. The streaming media isn't cheap or free. I mean, you do have 30-day trials, but after that, you still have to pay a fee, like depending on what you pick, $5 a month, $8 a month, $10 a month, depending on the streaming service. You do have to pay a fee per month in order to get these titles, but they do give out quite a lot of content. So I asked you guys, you have to pay a lot to get this. You have to pay like a lot per month to actually get the service. But do you think it's actually worth it?
Okay, now for me, honestly, I would say yes. Streaming media in general is definitely worth the price because of the amount of content that it offers in comparison to basic cable. However, one thing I would advise anyone who is listening to this podcast, the one thing I advise them to do is to first research the streaming site that you are interested in before even considering subscribing. What I mean by research is look at the price to see how much it is. Then look at the content that is being released in said streaming service. Like both the quality of the content and the quantity of the content. And then, at the end of the day, after you've done all this, consider whether or not it's really worth the price of subscription. Because, like I said, it's going to depend on, based on your research, based on how, based on the details you find about the subscription. Like, there's a lot of things that could make or break a streaming service for you. So, honestly, take your time to do that. Like, take your time to look into it, but before giving out your money to the streaming services. Oh, and also don't forget, 30-day free trial too. That also helps.
Get back there. How about you, JD? JD, you there? I guess he has no words for this. I mean, I can hear him. I guess he's not there.
Wow.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm here. I've just been listening.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, sometimes I would say it's worth it, and sometimes I would say it's not. Like, would it be worth it to get a streaming service like Disney Plus? Yes, because everybody knows the name Disney. Everybody knows the name Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. Everybody knows those names. Everybody knows Netflix, HBO Max. But, like, then you come to the other streaming services, but you really don't know about, like, Apple TV. No one really knows about Apple TV. The only reason it's becoming more popular is because now Apple has the license to Peanuts and media and all that. And Tom Holland's new movie, Cherry. That's the only reason they're really becoming well known now. But if I had to be honest, it's a double-sided thing. Like what Omid said, research it. Also, I like how you said it doesn't matter about the quality, the quantity, it's about the quality. but your entire statement just reversed your point.
Like I said, depends on circumstances. Depends on circumstances. So
I didn't hear that the first time.
Oh. So how do I
Streaming
go?
is a
Go ahead.
double-sided thing.
It is.
Streaming is double-sided. Play your coins, play your cards right, and if you play them wrong, then that's on you.
Yeah,
That's your money spending.
because the thing is that there's just tons of them out there. The thing is, like, what money would you invest in? Like, for example, I invested money on Netflix because I watch a lot of the TV shows that they have there, like Stranger Things. Some of the animes are also over on Netflix. iCarly's now on Netflix, so I also get a good advancement on that. HBO Max, I'm also invested on that because I love the shows there. They have Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Real Talk with Bill Mayer, all the HBO originals. Of course, Disney Plus is also one that I also pick up as well because Disney has everything. Like, pretty much the vault is pretty much on Disney Plus, so you can actually watch old cartoons, old Disney movies, and even the recent Disney movies as well. And WandaVision, by the way.
oh yeah,
And-
WandaVision.
But then when you look at the other ones, like Apple TV Plus, what makes it pop out? The movies? How about Amazon Prime Video? What makes it pop out? Borat? Peacock? The Office? You've got to give me more than just those favorite TV shows in order for me to actually invest in it. So, I mean, that's my kind of reasoning there. But that's where you have to actually think about it. Like, okay, like say for example, BET Plus. Like, do we really want to get BET Plus? I don't actually watch BET, so why the heck would I invest money on that? I know that they have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on HBO Max, so I have to invest on that because I love that show. But look, there's just gonna be kind
HBO
of
Max is DC.
Oh yeah, that too. They're also DC as well. But like I say, like you really have to think about it. Like, what really do you want to invest your money on? Depending on like what your favorite service would be. So like if one of them has your favorite show, do you really want to just invest your money in that? But at the same time, like the rest are like not good shows, then what's the point? You really have to think about it, do your research like what everybody else said here, before you start putting your money on what streaming service you want to invest in. Because early on you will start investing your money on one service, but at the same time you'll end up not using your service, and that ends up wasting your money. So just put a little thought in there. Now, there have been some amazing shows and movies that have been exclusive to these streaming websites. So let's actually go ahead and have a little discussion about them. So, Omid, I want to ask you, what shows have had your interest that is exclusive to like Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, not Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, all the others that are out there?
Whoo, boy. Let me tell you, there are so many. There are so many original and exclusive streaming shows out there that I am a fan of, that I can write a novel on it. But to keep this brief, I'm going to first name a streaming service, and then I'm going to list all my favorite shows from said streaming service, okay? So get ready, because for Netflix especially, this is going to be a long run. Now, for Netflix,
shit.
now for Netflix, my favorite shows are Glitch Text, BoJack Horseman, Agretzko, Cobra Kai, Kingdom, Itaewon Class, Queen's Gambit, Great Pretender, Stranger Things, Hilda, Kid Cosmic, Green Eggs and Ham, and Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. And now moving on to Disney Plus, The Mandalorian and WandaVision. Now going to HBO Max, Close Enough, The Looney Tunes cartoons, and Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Hey.
Amazon Prime's The Boys and Hunters. And last but not least, Hulu, Solar Opposites, and The Animaniacs. Those are the facts. Boom.
Good stuff. That's quite a lot of shows that are exclusive.
That was not as long as I thought it would be.
I thought it was going to be like...
I was expecting like a 7 minutes Sunny like rant.
Yeah, no, it's just me listening. Like I thought Netflix would take much more time than Hulu, HBO Max, and Disney Plus all combined. So it was just a little bit of a warning in case you're expecting like a less than a minute discussion about it.
It was just like a minute long. That wasn't much.
That was kind of short.
What shows do you recommend on streaming services, JD?
Okay, Disney Plus, WandaVision, like Omid said, Mandalorian, WandaVision. I'm surprised he didn't say this one, but the Clone Wars.
I actually don't watch the Clone Wars, honestly, so that's on you, JD. That's your recommendation, man.
What the hell are you doing, man? You need to watch it. What are you doing? Okay, Hulu. I don't really, Animaniacs, that's great. Season 3 is coming. That's a W. I don't really watch Solar Opposites. It's not my taste. But every other show I watch on there is from different properties. But if I had to say one, I'd say Atlanta with Donald Glover. That's a great one to watch.
I've heard of that show. And I am a fan of Donald Glover, so I can see why it's really appealing.
Season 3 and 4 coming next year, and I'm so happy about that.
Awesome, dude. I'm happy for you, man.
Netflix. I mean, you basically listed most of the shows I would say. But
Thank you.
I would add Cannon Busters, 13 Reasons Why. And I know it's not really a Netflix original, but it's on there and it's great. One Piece.
Oh yeah, definitely a great anime.
Very long one though. I'm like,
props to Oda. Props to Ichiro Oda for 1,000 chapters.
Like, here's the thing. I would have gotten into One Piece had it not been for the fact that it's so freaking long.
It's like what, over 1,000 episodes now?
I have heard that so many times. I'm not even tired of it.
Dude, my friend invested herself into One Piece, and she actually watched it all. Now I think she's caught up. So, you gotta have like.
Right now, it's still in Wano. AKA best looking One Piece arc.
Oh, interesting.
HBO Max. Yeah, Close Enough. Looney Tunes cartoons. I'd recommend the entire Ben 10 library as well. Obviously minus the reboot, because the reboot isn't that good. It can be shows and movies, right?
Yep.
I'd recommend Zack Snyder's Justice League as well.
Yes.
Next month.
Yes. Let's go, baby. Hi, baby.
That movie is that's like now the longest comic book movie in existence. It beat Endgame.
Oh man, it's gonna be 4 hours worth watching, man.
4 hours, 1 minute and 28 seconds.
It's insane, bro. It is definitely insane.
Zack Snyder's on drugs. Prime Video, I'd say The Boys. The Boys is great.
Yes,
I gotta check it out now because everybody's been talking about
awesome.
it. Netflix,
The Boys is awesome.
Netflix, I'd also say The Umbrella Academy. That's a great one.
Oh, I gotta check that out too. I totally am missing out on that show. Shoot.
Season 3 is coming soon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
It's set in the modern era first season, and then second season it's the 1960s.
Oh, interesting. So they go back in time.
Yeah.
Nice.
But for spoilery reasons, which I'm not going to share. I'll just say this: the soundtrack is great for up to season 2. I'd recommend the Marvel Netflix shows too, especially like Daredevil.
Oh, I got.
Charlie Cox is just perfect.
I gotta get into that. I know I have to watch Daredevil, Jessica Jones,
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen those.
I've seen the first 2 seasons of Daredevil and the first season of Jessica Jones, so I wouldn't say that I'm fully caught up on the Marvel Netflix shows.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
You're not. You haven't even seen. There's Luke Cage, there's the Punisher, there's Iron Fist, and there's Defenders. So
I'm a fan of the Punisher as a character. I'm a huge fan. I'm a really big fan of Punisher's character in Daredevil season 2, and because of that, I have been watching the spin-off. Like, I'm only like 4 episodes in only though. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to see the rest.
Dude, the Punisher is so violent. It is so gory.
Ooh,
If you can
I do like
got my
that.
interest.
if you can handle John Bernthal shaking dudes in the prison hallway, then you're fine.
You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Every time I hear that statement, because I watched Team 4-Star, I misinterpret that statement as a ERECT or shun.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, damn you, Team 4-Star. HBO Max movies. I checked out that Tom and Jerry movie. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I'll just say this: it's okay. It's not the worst, but it's not exactly great. They did try with it.
Like, how is it compared to the 1990s Tom and Jerry movie? I want to know.
Hell of a
I
lot
want to
better.
know.
Hell of a lot better.
Tom and Jerry talk this time?
Yeah, Tom and Jerry did not talk. Chloe Grace Moretz, please have her play live action Sam. For if they ever expand upon Loud House and live action, please just have her do Sam. She's perfect for it.
I would say so too. Yeah, I think she would potentially be a good Sam.
I mean, obviously, I'd say Brianna, but yeah. And as for like Disney Plus movies, Soul. I'm sorry.
Man,
I
yeah,
can't mention
so good.
Disney Plus and not mention Soul.
Soul's
Yes.
so good. Oh my god.
I can't wait for
It's
Raya. I'm excited for Raya.
One of the
That looks
very best
really
Pixar films. One of the very best Pixar films
Soul
ever
is great.
made. Soul. Yes, it is just perfection. Just one of those perfect films.
Soul is like a top 10 Pixar movie for me, but I have personal favorites that are higher than it, like Incredibles and all that.
I would say that the ones that I do have higher up in Soul are Toy Story 3, Finding Nemo, and Inside Out. Soul's definitely number 4, though.
Soul is actually my 6th favorite. I can't wait for Raya and the Last Dragon, though. That's going to be so badass.
That looks so cool. Kind of
looks
sucks
so
that
badass.
it kind of sucks that Disney Plus has that premium access part where you actually have to
$30
pay a
for-
lot. You have to pay a lot for it. I'm like, really?
The last time they did Premiere Access, which was Mulan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Mulan
Yeah,
Mulan remake sucked. I'm not even gonna hide it.
I
That
have
movie
to.
sucks.
I have to say, like, I could wait a couple months to put it on Disney Plus instead
but
of just like getting it now and have to
Luckily,
pay $30.
Raya looks so much better.
Yeah, it looks so much better. But I have to say, like I said, I don't know if I really want to spend $30 to actually get premium access to watch the movie.
I hope they do the same thing with Luca because that movie looks pretty.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty
I've seen
too.
that. It looks
like-
awesome. It looks so colorful. It looks colorful too.
Those designs are sticking out to me with like the round shapes. Those are sticking out so much.
Like
Okay.
some of the best water animation I've ever seen since Moana.
Okay,
And,
so
reminds me
yeah,
of-
go ahead, JD.
But yeah, watch Clone Wars, Omid.
Now,
People
I'm
know
not gonna.
watch it. It's so friggin' good. Season 7 is some peak fiction, especially the last 4 episodes. Especially 9, 10, 11, and 12 of season 7. Those are some peak fiction episodes, and they're so goddamn good. Masterpiece.
Oh, I see.
Now, I'm not gonna get to my list there because you guys pretty much put it out there.
We listed every show.
You pretty much listed every like good show. I'm kind of surprised. Wait, did we say Hilda in Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody
Yeah,
did say
I
Hilda.
said Hilda.
Okay,
I said Hilda.
I am pretty surprised. What was I gonna say? There was one show that I was gonna talk about here that nobody brought out. Infinity Trade. Did anybody not think about that show?
Infinity Train Book 4. That
That
immediately.
is coming out on. That's now becoming HBO Max
yeah.
original. So that's that one show I don't understand why you guys never talked about it. But there it is.
No, I like Infinity Train. It's
so
just-
good.
If it didn't come to my mind.
The thing with the Infinity Train, though, is that it originally came from Cartoon Network, so I was thinking like shows that came out originally on a cable
Yeah,
network
but it-
before
but it-
coming out
it's-
to HBO Max.
yeah, but it has the thing now that says Max Original. So I was thinking like it's now Max Original that it's the what was I gonna say? that Infinity Train now is a HBO Max original. Same goes to Summer Camp Island. That also is a HBO Max original.
Summer Camp
So-
Island.
I love Summer
Asher
Camp
Bishop.
Island.
Yeah, but Asher Bishop, she's also in that. Yes.
Yeah, I love Summer Camp Island as well. So I would list that there as one of my favorite HBO Max shows. By the way, JD, you want to talk about peak fiction? I love Infinity Train so much, of course. And JD, if you want to talk about peak fiction, Infinity Train Book 3 is the highest peak of fiction, in my opinion. Like,
Okay,
Infinity Book Train is one of the best
Infinity
writing I've
Train
seen.
Infinity Train Book 3 is great, but it's not peak fiction. I admit I had a little minor problem with it, a few minor problems with it, but it is phenomenal. Like,
It really is.
I'll admit, that's like some great stuff.
It is. Oh,
But oh man, that day they announced all those new Cartoon Network shows. Oh man,
I just
Total
hope.
Drama is back.
Oh, that's
what I'm
right.
saying.
Total Drama is back. That's right. It is
Yes.
coming back. You have the
Yes.
original characters again. It's not gonna be like the.
Total
It's not gonna be the. It's
No
not gonna
more-
be that Total
no more
Drama Rama.
Oh, don't
Gwen
get me
is
started. That's
best girl.
gross.
I'm tired
What
of
you
so
say?
saying.
What you say, girl?
I said Gwen.
Oh boy.
I'm tired of
Yes.
We're
Yes.
gonna have a debate
High
on
five,
this,
bro.
now.
JD, dude, you have good, excellent
no,
taste, my friend.
we
High
don't
five.
need to
Friend
have to
best girl.
talk.
Woo!
Air
We
fryer.
have been talking about this, but we have our different tastes of best girls.
They're called wife wars, my friend.
Oh, this is a huge wife war, but I picked the CIT that it's always the best girl to me.
Courtney got worse.
Yes,
as time
she's
went
my
on.
favorite. Oh,
Courtney got worse as time went on. Fight me.
Yeah, honestly, I really hate Courtney. Honestly,
Oh no,
I really,
she's the best. Oh my god, I hate.
I really
her.
hate her.
Got worse as time went on.
And then Izzy is like the second best to me also. So like she's at the same level.
Izzy's cool.
Izzy's amazing. Like she's crazy, but she's a freaking amazing.
Owen is best
I
boys.
would say-
So Owen and
Everyone-
Doug are best boys.
He's huggable. I love Owen. He's like a fat, like a really awesome teddy bear to say. He's
I gotta
adorable.
say,
I honestly,
he deserves
I don't
to
like
win.
Owen either. I don't like
What?
Owen either. Like,
Is it because
I don't like
Gwen
Owen.
lost to him? Is it because Gwen lost to Owen?
no. We don't speak of the fake ending. All right, like that ending never happened. The
Oh my
Brownies
God.
never played a part in the Total Drama finale. The problem I have with Owen is he's nothing more than a gross sound machine. Like, as Noah puts it, he's a ticking time bomb of obnoxious.
Hey, don't
fumes.
talk about my boy like that. I love Noah. He's my boy.
I disagree with that.
But no, I'm quoting Noah. Like, to quote Noah, Owen's a ticking time bomb of obnoxious fumes. Honestly, like,
I don't
the
like
true
Sierra.
ending to me is when Gwen won.
There's
The
a
true
high,
ending to me is when Gwen won.
Sierra was a how do you say
Sierra psychotic.
a big fangirl. A big fangirl. I mean, she was.
Okay.
I mean, I love the fact that Sierra and Coda actually were a couple.
God, I
Heather's a top
hate
five
Sierra. I hate Sierra. Like,
My man.
she was.
Heather is the top 5
Pretty much-
character in the whole show.
You needed an
Where's
antagonist.
the
You
story
needed, you,
character done
needed,
wrong?
you needed an antagonist, and Heather, I think, portrayed it perfectly.
Heather is a top 5 character. There's not even up. It's not even up for discussion. She's like top 3 characters in the show. I like
She's
Mike.
one of the best written characters because of Total Drama World Tour. Also, like
Oh,
how she went from
so
being
good
a
at
villain
World
in
Tour.
Island to anti-hero World Tour. That's actually good, solid character writing. Honestly,
I think it was unnecessary. I think All Stars is an unnecessary season altogether.
Then again, you had like all these contestants come in, and it's like cool that we had them. Yeah, you're right about that. All Stars was like not the best season,
It was unnecessary.
but then again, we had 3 groups of characters come in. Like you had Gwen, Courtney in the first era, then you had Cameron and like Lightning
Cameron,
as the
Mike,
second.
and Zoe.
Yeah, Mike and Zoe, there was your second era. Then the third era, I didn't care about, to be honest. Pakatu Island, I wasn't.
I was bored.
Yeah, I wasn't into that.
I wasn't either.
Okay.
I didn't like it at all.
Okay, we're gonna be discussing a lot of our shows now, but let me just cut to the chase here. Do you think cable is dying? Like a lot of people are saying about this. Do you think cable is dying? That streaming media is pretty much the new thing now.
Nah, I kind of gotta say, yeah, cable is kind of dying.
How about you, Amit?
Well, like I said before, we are in a day and age where streaming services are the main norm and are taking over media consumption. So yes, I do personally believe that cable is dying indeed.
Yeah, so to say the least, don't spend like a lot of. I mean, like I think a recommended tip is like, if we're going to have streaming media and your favorite TV shows are pretty much all of this, you don't necessarily need to actually. you don't necessarily actually need to pay another cable bill anymore. You don't need to go to your Comcast or to your Time Warner Cable or to your DirecTV, for example, and just continue spending a lot of money just for channels that you don't watch anymore. I mean, if anything, go get YouTube TV. To be honest, I mean, I have it and I've been using it quite a bit. I mean, it's fun because you actually do get to DVR your episodes. You can actually watch them again. But there's also like other streaming services like HBO Max, what was it? Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, was it Amazon Prime Video? They all have your favorite TV shows. So necessarily, I would have to say cable really is dying. Now, I want to talk about the TV shows itself. We're going to skip ahead to a couple subjects. We want to talk about exclusivity of the TV shows. Now, I feel like this is kind of a bad thing, like being exclusive into streaming services. Like, if you want to watch Stranger Things, you have to get a Netflix a subscription. If you want to watch WandaVision, you have to get a Disney Plus subscription. If you want to watch,
that's bad about streaming being the new norm is that piracy has gone up a lot more than usual.
Oh, no, I never actually heard of that, but wow, I didn't know about the piracy issue.
Piracy, when you tend to have things be exclusive, people tend to pirate things a lot more.
So I didn't know that was also still a huge issue. Then again, like I would imagine like people recording it and then just putting it up online.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You said pirating content that isn't yours.
Exactly, but
luckily, if you keep that content hidden for 5 years, then after those 5 years are up, you can't be prosecuted.
Right.
Some dude did that with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He didn't even post the original footage of his recording until like 18 years later. Sometimes you gotta be smooth like that.
Yeah, it's a good point actually. I didn't know about the whole piracy issue about shows being exclusive, but the thing is, like, I understand why they would go into high crimes like that, but it's understandable too because it's like you got to pay a lot of subscription services to actually watch these amazing shows. So I don't know. Do you guys like the whole exclusivity issue with TV shows?
Honestly, I could see both sides. I could see why people are for exclusivity and those that are against it. Now, like, the reason why I personally think shows being exclusive is a good thing is because it gives the streaming services more money. And so by streaming services becoming successful, they advertise the hell out of exclusive shows, like Netflix with Stranger Things, Disney Plus Mandalorian, and all that stuff. So honestly, I feel that the success of exclusive shows is that it gives people a chance to check out the shows, and then the bigger picture. Not only are they checking out the shows, they're checking out the stream service itself. So by having the viewers being hooked into their respective exclusive shows, it gives the viewers a chance to explore more, to explore more of their libraries, if you know what I mean. So I can see where exclusive shows might be profitable, and also they can check out not just one or two other main exclusive shows, but they can also explore more of their original exclusive content. You know what I mean? Now, the downside of exclusive shows, I can see why some people may be against that. It's because of the issue of, like you said, piracy. You actually brought up a good point as to why exclusive shows could be a bad thing. I could see, but then again, it's not really. You got to keep in mind, it's not the streaming service's fault that people are pirating. It's the pirators themselves. It's the pirates themselves.
The point there. Well, the other thing too that I also want to point out is that you have to pay a lot of monthly fees in order for you to access these awesome exclusive shows. So there's not like one hub where you can actually watch them all at once. Like pay one big fee in order for you to watch them all. But then again, like it's a business. But then again, it's a business issue, so makes sense.
The problem would also be with how some streaming services have extremely high prices for like subscription rates. Like, for example, Disney Plus, if you subscribe for a whole year, that's like $70. And that's kind of bogus. Gotta be honest on that.
Also, I think
I do I do annual subscriptions. Let me tell you, it's hella worth it, especially since I'm a Disney fan.
So you would prefer the annual price?
So you prefer $70 over 10 a month?
Honestly,
Actually,
I
that's
would
cheaper.
because
Actually, it's cheaper if that's the case.
it's cheaper. It really is cheaper because you gotta keep in mind there are 12 months in a year. So if you go with the $10 a month route for a whole year, you'd have to pay like $120 like total, as opposed to $70 the annual subscription plan. Like you could pay like $40 less than that.
I mean, you could technically make the argument that doing it in small, doling it out in small amounts is better than just giving it all out at a big amount. I can't even say it right. You can make the argument that doing it in a smaller rate is better than doing it in a bigger rate.
Okay, well, that argument could be true also. Honestly, that kind of depends on the person themselves. That can really depend on whether or not the person can really afford the annual subscription, like at that particular moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point to put out there. For an annual fee versus just a regular monthly fee. I actually just still pay by month, so I haven't actually thought about doing an annual fee. My other thing too is like there's some services that actually go like you can put all three in one, just like Disney Plus did with Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. So I thought that was actually a pretty good deal to pay $13 a month to actually have all three with you. I would say that's actually a pretty good deal. Um, but I do actually see like some services getting kind of skeezy. I would imagine like if you looked at Peacock's streaming service, how much is it? Like $6 a month to watch all of Peacock's content, but you have ads still. If you need to actually have it without ads, you have to pay like $13 a month. And I'm like, really? We're going through that route now? Same goes to Hulu. They do the same thing as well. You only pay $6 a month, $6 a month. But if you want it without ads, you have to pay like $12 a month. And I'm like, I really doing that as well. Same goes to Paramount Plus, by the way, which also does it as well. You have to pay $6 a month to watch your favorite shows, but with advertisements. If you want it without advertisements, you have to pay like $13 a month. So there's some sort of skeezy stuff going on with streaming services in order for you to be watching the exclusive stuff. So I don't know how the business plan works, but it kind of feels like we're kind of at an age where we have to pay stuff even with ads.
This is the era of money gets you anywhere. And not just like, not like, the more money you have, the more likely you are to be able to go more places. That's just what this era of like media has devolved into. Like, more money, more opportunities.
Yeah, honestly, like we're in an age where like media companies use capitalism like as their big weapon. Like they exploit the hell out of capitalism.
That's how it is, I would imagine. I think this is just pretty much how the economy runs now. Like, things are getting more expensive, and then if things get more expensive, then you have to spend more money on stuff. You know, I mean, like, for people who are kind of like under the rug here, because they're, how do you say, they have been affected by the pandemic. They lost their jobs and things like that. They would have there have to be some sacrifices that they got to do.
They've been beaten down.
They've been beaten down, yeah. And I don't know if they really want to get to this plan yet. But I was thinking, like, once this pandemic's over and people get jobs back again, is when you'll probably start doing that. But I guess our economy is still thriving at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk about Paramount Plus, just how it is right now. Are you guys invested in Paramount Plus? Do you think you guys would get Paramount Plus with whatever they have? Because they have SpongeBob, they have Nickelodeon, they have all that.
So I actually have it already. I've had it like before they even made the move with Paramount Plus.
So you have CBS All Access. How is that?
It's okay. It's not terrible. But the better format to use CBS All Access on is Prime Video.
So do you prefer Prime Video better than CBS All Access?
Yeah, because CBS All Access on its own, it's kind of boring. But with its Prime, it's like you have more choices in what to watch. Like, that's how I've been able to binge watch, rewatch most of Loud House. because of it. Like, even if it's just season 1 to 3, that still counts for something instead of nothing.
Interesting. Because I don't have CBS All Access, and I thought that was actually not the best streaming service to me. I know that we have to get CBS All Access in order for you to actually get HBO Max, but I was just thinking, oh, not HBO Max, Paramount Plus. I'm getting confused with all my streaming services. There's a lot there.
I was about to say for a minute, are you?
But yeah, my decision was just to wait till Paramount Plus releases, and then I'll start paying the monthly fees. But Omid, you already have CBS All Access. Have you used it? How is it so far?
Honestly, I haven't really, like, I checked out the CBS All Access library, and let me tell you, like, it's not that much, honestly. CBS All Access is not all that. You know what I mean? So honestly, and the reason I even did it in the first place was because of the Paramount Plus deal, where if you subscribe to CBS All Access right now, you get subscribe to CBS All Access right now, like with an annual subscription, you get like a 50% off deal.
So you just go for the deal for Paramount Plus?
Yeah, it was only for the deal. That was pretty much it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm still indecisive about it. I'm just more of just waiting for Paramount Plus to come out, and then I'll start, investing my money on that. But like I said, when they moved to Paramount Plus, I think was a better option because CBS All Access just never had the right stuff, I believe. They had like that Star Wars Discovery show that I was thinking about watching, but that was pretty much it for CBS All Access. I thought that was.
You mean Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Star
Oh my god, I'm getting word of my words here. Star Trek Discovery. Sorry, but yeah, I just felt like CBS All Access was kind of like a failed service, kind of like Quibi, for example. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Quibi.
Oh yeah, that thing. Quibi just came and went.
Quibi.
Yeah, I would say Quibi wasn't the best to say. Actually, have you guys ever heard of Quibi?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Did you actually watch the shows?
But
no.
No one cares. Who cares about Quibi?
That's the real.
Who really cares about Quibi? Here, seriously, oh my god.
The only reason
Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Jeffrey, you
done effed up the time again, man.
Anyways, what were we going to say about Quibi?
Man, you've been
I haven't even touched the app.
You've been falling out ever since Pixar started. You have been falling out of the ranks, bro.
Jeffrey Katzenberg, you done effed up again, my friend. Jeffrey Katzenberg, you done effed up again. Like, really. We all thought that you leaving Disney on an eternally bad note, like, after a petty reason, like how Michael Eisner refused to promote you as president, drove you to leave Disney. Like, it was such a childish reason, and then to go start working at DreamWorks. Like, we all thought that was your biggest. We all thought that was your low, but it turns out I was wrong. It turns out Quibi takes the cake for you.
I can't believe this is the same dude who wanted the Toy Story the Black Friday reel of Toy Story to actually be the one we ended up getting instead of what we got. God.
Yeah, the one where Woody was an asshole. It's like, yeah, I'm so glad that wasn't a real reality.
That Black Friday reel was just so. That was just so mean-spirited. Though I will say,
that tastes my mouth too, man.
Though I will say, him creating, being a founder of DreamWorks is good because we got great DreamWorks movies like Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, all that. I'll give him that, but otherwise, nah. That man has been taking L's for like 30 years nonstop.
Man.
Yeah, this is his biggest. Okay, I can argue this is his biggest L of all.
How long did Quibi even last? Like a couple of months before it stopped?
I think like 10 months. Wait, let me check.
Go ahead. But
it was less than a year for sure.
I never touched the app. I just never really.
It only lasted for 5 months.
5 months. That's more depressing.
Less than half a month, half a year. Less than half a year.
And Quibi had their exclusive content as well. So I kind of feel bad for those movies that were only on Quibi.
This man is 70 years old and he's still.
No, he's not making some bad business deals, man.
Yeah, honestly,
Now I'm gonna
it's
be
just one of those
honest.
times where it's just like Katzenberg never changes.
Just gonna drop this DreamWorks hot take on here. Kung Fu Panda 1 is the best DreamWorks movie. Don't even at me.
I can argue the second one. The second one is the best of the trilogy, honestly.
I have to say, if
argue
you're talking about DreamWorks movie, come on, getting over the original Shrek or Shrek 2, any of those two actually.
Shrek 2 is perfect, but I gotta say, like, in terms of like best franchise, that's How to Train Your Dragon. Best solo movie.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Best franchise, How to Train Your Dragon. Best first movie, that's Kung Fu Panda. Best sequel, Shrek, and best third piece, I don't really know. I would give that to Madagascar because wacky, insane humor.
Yeah, I gotta say this though. I mean, like DreamWorks was on the high when it came to like, was it Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, Kung Fu Panda, and all those movies. But then I've been recently seeing, has it been at a decline for DreamWorks at the moment? I mean, I've been seeing their shows on Netflix.
Yeah, it's been like I think after they finished, I think How to Train Your Dragon was the last kind of glimmer into good they had. Like when they finished that was when the good streak ended. Because Abominable was very middle ground. I don't. What the hell was the Boss Baby? I don't know why they're giving that. I don't even know why we're getting Boss Baby 2.
I don't know either, but we're getting more sequels.
I didn't
issue.
even watch the first one. I didn't even watch the first one.
That's another issue. That's another issue with them. They keep on putting more sequels. They got a Croods 2 movie, and I thought the Croods was of a movie.
Actually, Croods 2 is actually a good movie.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
It's fairly good. It's not like horrible, but they tried with it, and it's better than the first.
Oh, interesting.
You know, the only reason I really watched Boss Baby was because I heard Tobey Maguire was in it.
you're putting your Spider-Man phantasm on full blast here.
No, but it's true though. He's actually in it.
I have to say now. I mean, Boss Baby was what?
Boss Baby sucked.
How we're getting a second one is just an interesting one.
We don't need the show. We don't need the second one.
Look, they have the TV show on Netflix as well. So
the show was boring.
Why?
But no. I've been seeing this too. That DreamWorks continues to put up Netflix shows. Like all of their properties are getting Netflix shows. Like you get to see. I think there was a Croods TV show if I remember.
Yeah, there was. It was 2D.
Yeah, and there's a Home TV show as well. I'm like, Home was a movie.
Yeah, Home was.
I haven't even watched Home.
I actually liked it.
Featuring Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon Cooper and Rihanna.
Yeah.
My god.
So
let's not forget the undeniable classic that is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. That
movie, I love that show. I love that. I was interested in. I was just interested in it because
it had no right to be as good as it ended up being.
Right. I just felt like it was a great movie because it was obviously something from Rocky and Bullwinkle, and I grew up with Rocky and Bullwinkle, so just seeing Mr. Peabody and Sherman, it was pretty cool. And they also do have a TV show as well. So I'm like, what's going on with DreamWorks? TV shows, movies, TV shows.
Better than the 3D shows. I just want another Madagascar movie, please.
If they ever can bring it back. The last one was what? Escaped Africa? Oh no, not Escaped Africa. It was the clown one.
Europe's Most Wanted.
Europe's Most Wanted. There you go. Oh.
The Penguins.
I miss the Penguins. I miss the Penguins too, by the way.
The Penguins are the best boys.
Which, by the way, they're a Nicktoon. I'm gonna put that out there. They're a Nick.
Oh yeah, the Nicktoon show.
Yeah, they're a Nicktoon show. None of that now.
Hey guys, don't forget. I have one other movie that comes to mind for me. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie.
Okay, that movie had no right to be good, but it was so good, dude.
Loved it. Like, I loved the books when I was a kid, and I loved the movie when it first came out. It brought out the inner child in me.
That movie was so ridiculously hilarious.
Yeah, and I loved every single minute of it for that. And that also has a series too, but I have yet to check it out.
Yeah, the show is actually pretty decent. It has Sean Astin as the narrator, but yeah.
I'm just like, okay, let me get this straight, DreamWorks. You're giving Boss Baby of all things, a TV series, a sequel movie. You're giving me Boss Baby, a sequel movie of all things, but not Captain Underpants 2? Come on, DreamWorks, what is wrong with you?
I
We
mean,
need
at least we're
Captain
getting a
Underpants movie
Dogman
too.
movie. At least they're adapting another Daft Pilkey book.
I'm
Dogman.
excited for that too. I'm excited for Dogman as well.
That one looks interesting. That one's gonna be fun. The Dogman book is pretty funny. But
Okay. But anyways, I think
when are we
go
getting
ahead.
a Mo Willems movie, please?
A Mo-
A Mo Willems book movie. That would,
uh,
like a movie of just the pigeon and all of his characters being friggin' goofballs.
That is good potential, no lie.
It
Oh,
just
man.
brought up my inner nostalgia.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, I think that was pretty much all. I mean, that's all I can say about streaming services, unless you guys have anything much to say about them. But to say the least, I think we all have to agree the Lighthouse movie being on Netflix, I think, was actually a good move. Paramount Plus looks to be something that we can't wait for. I believe I can. I'll see myself investing my money on it. So
I can't wait for it. It's just, it's all it is just pre-existing properties. There's nothing new so far.
Cap Coral.
I am not watching that.
No. Let's not focus on the wrong thing. Let's focus on the right thing, which is Avatar Studios, baby.
Dude, I can't wait to see
Avatar
what
Studios.
they'll announce first. If they have the studios, cool. But
Avatar
what are they going to
Studios,
make?
The iCarly revival.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're adding Invader Zim on there.
Ooh, oh my god. Okay, good. I mean, I missed that show.
Invader Zim turns 20 this year. Let that sink in.
Oh shit. Oh god, I just never I remember growing up with that show, but I never expected to be this old now.
Like, I haven't watched much of Invader Zim, honestly, when I was a kid, but I've seen the Enter the Floorless movie. It was pretty fun.
Enter the Floorless is a good movie.
I have to say, for Avatar Studios, what they're gonna bring next, I hope they put the Kyoshi movies animated. The Kyoshi books animated.
Yes.
I want a Kyoshi series, and I've always wanted the Kyoshi series. I want the adult Team Avatar continuation.
Yeah.
I've been begging for that.
It's something we all want. We all want that. We've been begging for it.
I've been waiting.
I want that core continuation too, man.
I've been waiting for the core continuation is going to happen after The Legend of Korra ended.
I love Korra.
I really just can't wait to see. I really hope that they actually bring up like what happened between Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra, Legend of Korra, because it's 80 years of stuff. So
I think that would be a bit much to cover, but I just want please just give us a Tenzin story. A Tenzin, Aang and his kids movie.
Yes. I want to see that. I don't know if we're gonna have a nice blend of action fantasy story elements combined with sort of a family sitcom elements, like sneak in a bit of a family sitcom elements here and there.
Oh man, Avatar Studios is such a good move.
It's a good move, so we can actually see more of Avatar. And we were thinking because we saw what happened when the creators cut up their deal with Netflix. We thought that was pretty much over.
The Netflix revival, they're doing so many wrong things with that.
Who thought it was a good idea to have Katara be older than Sokka?
Exactly.
Just don't do that. Don't do that. No.
That is literally messing up one of the best things in the original show, which was the older brother and younger sister dynamic.
I just had a feeling. I knew that they were going to do something wrong with Netflix. I love the fact that the creator just said, we're cutting deals. We're stopping what we're doing with Netflix because I think that was a good move.
I think they should seriously can it. If the original creators disapprove of what you're doing, you need to give up.
Then stop it. Yeah, exactly. But they're continuing on with this. But then again, the Avatar Studios is there, so
I think they're doing Avatar Studios because everybody is sick. Everybody doesn't want the live action one, so they just made that to cater to the people who want the real truth stuff. Oh wait! Didn't they say? Did they pre-hand announce an animated movie too?
Yeah, they did. They said there's going to be an
Oh
animated
my-
movie.
Oh my god!
Cannot wait for
Please,
it.
please
Yes.
let that be the team. Please let that be Adult Team Avatar continuation.
Exactly. We might
That's all
actually
I'm
get
begging
an
for.
actual good Avatar movie for a change. You
So
know?
are
mean-
are we expecting some news on the Nick upfront this March about Avatar Studios? Where I guess we're hyping the heck out of it now, and hopefully that they actually give give some good
Avatar-
content.
Avatar deserves every bit of hype it gets.
It does
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's a really amazing
100%.
series. It kind of
Av-
sucks how Nickelodeon kind of treated it at the end.
Nickelodeon treated Korra badly, but it treated the original so well.
Right. It gave a lot of respect to Nickelodeon for that. But yeah, you treated Korra terribly. But the fact that they're still giving Nickelodeon is still giving a chance for Avatar to make a good series out of it just tells you like there's so much potential now with Nickelodeon Avatar.
I just
Yeah, honestly, I
please.
want an Avatar 1 series. Like, I want an Avatar
Oh.
1 series.
I just wanted to be able to hear Zach Taylor Eisen's older Aang voice, please. It would be so fitting to have him return to his original role.
Okay, so my friend was kind of joking about it, but he was saying, let there be a Cabbage Man origin series. A Cabbage Man origin
Cabbage Man!
series. Like,
Cabbage Man shorts. Cabbage Man shorts, please. But in all seriousness, though, I just want to hear. I just want to be able to hear Zach Taylor Eisen's voice again.
Oh man!
Especially since he's like older now, it would be so fun to have him come back and do Aang, since that was the role he did it in the original show too.
So to say the least, we just can't wait to see what Paramount Plus has, and that's coming out next week, I believe. So
yeah, March 4th.
March 4th. So if you guys are currently thinking about watching, like binging on Loud House and Casa Grande's episodes, or wanting to watch your old favorite TV shows on Nickelodeon, or even getting into all the Comedy Central, CBS, whatever original content they have, there's Paramount Plus for you. So from all of us here, go ahead and you could do a free trial of it, but we do recommend that you guys subscribe to what they have. But anyways, I think this is pretty much it for our Loud Casa Talks episode. We did talk a lot about streaming services and talking about all of our favorite shows and companies and stuff like that. So thank you guys for your time, and especially you, JD, for taking some time off and talking to us here on the Loud Casa Talks.
Of course.
All right, and do you want to put up your socials so that everyone can see where you're from?
No plug-in this time. You can
No plug-in this time? Okay.
You can link the socials in the description tab.
Okay, all right, man. Well, thank you very much for checking. Thank you very much, JD, for joining in.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you very much,
It's
man.
always nice doing these with you too. Adios.
Yeah, dude.
Later.
Yeah, dude. So we're so glad to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for being cool people.
Thank you, JD. All right, but besides that, that's pretty much it for our Loud Casa Talks. Remember that you can also listen to our Loud Casa Talks on all kinds of podcast providers like Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, you can check out our YouTube channel as well. We also do have a lot of good content there, and we also do record our Loud Casa Talks here on YouTube as well. Our next episode, we want to talk about an issue that has been going on with the Loud House, and that's the whole continuation part. What's that, you may ask? We always keep talking about the continuation and everything. So it feels like in season 5, the Loud House have finally fixed it. But the Casa Grandes have actually known this problem before, and the continuation problem has already been fixed over there. So we want to go back in time and figure out why the continuation problem never got fixed in the previous seasons, what opportunities were missed, why they fixed it now, and do you like how it is currently with the continuation part. So that's going to be what's happening in our next Loud Casa Talks.
Yeah, so don't forget to stick around for that. And also, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for watching our podcast. I know that it was a lot to talk about because given that it's streaming services and all, but like I said before, your love and your support means so much to us, Loud Crown and Casa Crew. So let me just say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, smell you later, dudes.
Right. See you guys on the next episode.